your relationship with money might also determine your success or not. I believe that a lot of people have a strange relationship with money depending on the society where they live. Like, you know my story. My parents had a lot of money when I grew up, and I grew up in big houses, drivers, people working in the house, back in Africa. And when I arrived in France, so in the beginning, we had no idea that I had no idea that I would be a celebrity or a singer or whatever. I was just doing my studies, being a kid, etc. And then when I started getting into rap, and people started inviting people in my house, because I didn't have any sense of protecting myself, if I can say. So I would invite anybody at the house. And so I started inviting rappers, people that I was working with to make beats, etc. And every time they would come to the house, they would be like, yo, how you live in a big house like that in the middle of the richest neighborhood of Paris? And listen, I had no idea. For me, I was like, hey, we're all the same. It's all love. We all love the same music, so we are the same. But then people started hating. People start telling me that I didn't deserve to be a rapper or a singer because I was not from the ghetto and I didn't suffer. And it's a mentality that I discovered in France. The idea that when you have money, even if it's not your money, it was not my money, it was my parents' money, right? But if you don't suffer and you have you live in a big house all your life and you have a huge family name, what are you doing in music? And you have this mentality out there in France, and it's probably the same in other places, but mainly in France in my experience, where rich people can only be evil and people hate them, and people are kind of happy. They would be happy if you were not rich anymore. As if it would change anything in their misery if all of a sudden you were not rich anymore. So it's this thing where, let's say that I'm here and you are here. Instead of asking yourself, how did he get there? Can I at least apply what he did strategically, or maybe having mentor me or something, so that even if I never get there, at least I go from here to here? Instead of saying that, they rather pew 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 ah. And now if you both here, they're happy because they want you to be miserable as they are. They don't care about going up. They just want you to go down, and they don't know if you work hard to be there, or if somebody gave it to you or whatever. A lot of people still believe that my whole success I owe it to my parents, because they paid for everything. They paid for the interviews. They paid for promo, they paid for whatever. When my parents didn't want me to make music, and they paid for exactly nothing. I completely did this independently. Of course, I'm super thankful for my parents for the education, for putting me in the right school. If I was not in those school, I was not in that space, maybe I wouldn't be able to speak 9 languages. I wouldn't be as able to count in my head fast, to do all these brain exercises, and maybe if I was too busy trying to survive, I would not have the time to pursue my talent, or maybe I wouldn't be able to buy my first sampler for my birthday. All these things, I understand that, of course, what your parent bring you is important, right? But when I was 20, or maybe 19, 18, I kind of became ashamed of who I was, ashamed of my name. I was ashamed of having, because I was around people that didn't have, and either they were friendly, but they would remind you, or they would make you pay for everything, or they would just hate, and they would be like, I don't like him. And me, I was like, it makes no sense. How can you not like somebody that you don't know? I don't like him. Those rich kids, now they want to come here and take our success. And actually, I was successful because of talent, but I was too young to understand at that point, and emotional, etc. And then after, years of tribulations and stuff, and understanding the world, and starting to see and having success on my own, and becoming a successful independent producer, I start realizing that how you interact with money, how you view money, and how you never let money control you is probably a reason of why you are or are not successful. I've seen a lot of people get controlled by money, meaning that they make a little bit of money and then their head explodes, or they make a little bit of money and they start doing a lot of wrong choices. Even if they told you, yo, the day I have money, I buy a microphone, I create my own studio, I become independent, etc., etc. When they have money, they start spending it in going to the movies with girls and trying to impress people that they don't like. And it was super interesting the chat stopped. Are you still here? I know when I talk, you listen to me, but I'm just asking. You still here? You're not sleeping? You want me to show a nipple? Yeah, so it's once I understood that the relationship with money changes a lot of things, and I understood it not just by looking at the way the French people acted around money, but also by traveling. When I start traveling a lot, when I start going around and meeting new people, especially going to the US, going to Brazil, going to Portugal, going to Africa, and seeing how when you had money in different places and different cities or different walks of life, it actually was not the same. It was not the same. How can I call that? It was not the same. It was not the same result. It was not the same conversation. It was not the same interaction. So, for example, in places like France, when, yeah, listen, people are, everybody understand that they need money to survive. Everybody want money, but they have a very unhealthy relationship with money. People hate anybody who has money, and there's a kind of like everybody see themselves as if they were still in the French Revolution of 1789. And whenever you got money and you make choices, or you change country because the taxes are too high, people who don't make what you make and are not in your shoes will come and comment that you should do it like this, or it's unfair that you do, or it's bastard you do this. And when I went to the US, it was so different. Actually, it's another unhealthy way with money, but it's the reverse side of the coin. If you have money, you kind of, yeah, girls want you, and actually this is becoming the norm everywhere now, but you were like, people were happy to say how much they make. Whereas in France, people would be like, oh, I'm fine. They would never tell you how much they make. And in the US, it was completely the opposite. And I was like, wait, people were happy to tell you how much they make. And like, you got guys like, for example, we have guys like Steve Jobs or big entrepreneurs in France as well, right? And but all of them are hated because they're rich. Whereas in the US, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, like Warren Buffett, they're heroes because of the relationship with money is different. And in Africa, interestingly, and it's the fact that I'm part of those three at the same time. In Africa, when you have money, you are kind of part of another. It has this thing with like India and the different castes. Like when you have money, you kind of you can't do everything. You can do anything you want, and people make you feel even more like a royalty when you have money in Africa. And because I grew up in France, I was always like, it was always strange to me that people who see me since I'm a kid talk to me today like if I'm their, like they call me boss. It's strange because you see me when I was a kid, like, and you've been working for the family forever, and it's strange for me because for a long time I had a kind of strange relationship with money because of people making me feel that I didn't deserve it, right? But then all of these all of these colleagues, rappers and whatever, a lot of them became famous. And now they all have money and they all move out of the ghetto and they came to live in the place where I grew up. And now their kids are kids of rich parents. And now I ask them the question all the time. So, why don't you put your kids in the ghetto? And why are they in the private schools? Because actually it was just that there was a difference. My father was first generation to make it out. Especially in Africa. It's even harder, right? But my father was first generation to make it out. I'm second generation. They were first generation. I was second generation. So they were hating. But a lot of them, when we have conversations, because now they have money, and I explained to them how I felt and how the kids probably feel when they go talk with other kids, or maybe if they want to rap one day and people will say, yeah, but you're the kid of whatever. You don't deserve it. Like a lot of kids of singers, or kids of actors who want to act. They people are your father or your mother is larger than life, so you don't have space to prove yourself. And those conversation and traveling really helped me understand something about money and the relationship you must have with money. When you have a healthy relationship with money, whenever you have a lot of money or you don't, or you go through ups and downs like all of us, if your relationship with money is healthy, you understand that money, like everything else, is just a tool that you can use in your arsenal of stuff that you use to go through life. Money is, money is just something you use to buy stuff, people. I mean, I'm joking. You buy goods. You can exchange the value of money for the value of something else, and this is what money is. And the more you have, if you don't have a healthy relationship with it, the more problems you have actually, rather than being happy. And it's up to you to understand, and it's something that I really took me a lot of time to understand and to process, that I came to this by myself, how to have a healthy relationship with money, and to understand that it's not bad to have money and it's not bad to want more. It just depends of what is your ambition and what you want to do. Some people don't have a lot of money. They just have enough money and they're happy. And they don't want more because they just wanted to buy a house and make sure they have food in their plate. The rest is not their problem. Some others, they want to show off to the world. I'm not one of those. And some others, hey, listen, they have ambition. They don't want to buy one house. They want to have free. And the things they have in their head, they need more money to do them. So they just work to have more money. And I'm an ambitious person. And because I'm those type of person that whatever is done for me. But when I do something, I look at the next thing, and actually always need more money. Not because I don't make millions of money of euros or dollars yet, but whatever I make, I try to double it every 3-4 years. Not because of greed, because my lifestyle changes, costs more money. The type of houses where I live change sizes. The type of neighborhoods where I live are better and better. The number of kids I have is getting bigger as well. So it changes your lifestyle. And the ambition I have for the future needs more money, either generated or won, whatever is the way. And because I don't feel that I have to prove something to the people who don't love money or who have a unhealthy relationship with money, because they all want it, but they don't want other people to have it. But because I answer those questions for myself, I actually don't have a problem with money anymore. And I don't have problem not only with my own money, because I make my own money, but also with my parents' money. That used to be a point of contention with me and other people, whatever. Today, I'm really proud of what my parents have accomplished as people. I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of what they built and the things that they have. When a lot of people, a lot of people, they still are in this problem because of society, because of the things that is dictated to them by their friends and other people. And once you have this clear view for yourself, you actually live life differently, and you enjoy your money differently, and you know what to do with your money and how to invest it, and how to make your money work for you. Because me today, what I really want to do for the next 10 years, I want to generate money that generate money. So it's a whole other conversation, but I see my songs as assets. So this you already know, and those assets generate money. The money that is generated, I use 70% to feed my family, to pay for my expenses, life, etc., etc. But I have 30% that I invest in assets that generate money themselves. Stock, crypto, whatever, housing, land, all these things. That's what I've been doing the last, I would say, 2-3 years, and that I plan to make my main business maybe in 10 years. And I just move like that. And because I don't have any more insecurities about having money, I don't need to show it to nobody. I don't need to brag about the money I make. And I make money while I sleep. That's where I am today. I don't need to make new songs. I could just go in my sofa, sleep, go in my bedroom, sleep, go to my other bedroom, sleep, and go in my kitchen, sleep, or on the floor, whatever, or walk in the street. I would make money. But what is interesting today is that I don't have a problem with it anymore, because I don't have nothing to prove to other people. I could just stop and do, but it's so important to arrive to this Zen feeling with money, because the artistic world is very interesting, where everybody is trying to make it, and at the same time, everybody is hating you when you make it. And everybody's hating you when you make money. Everybody start telling you, like, even if you don't change at all, people will start telling you that you change. People will start telling you that, oh, you make commercial music now, or it's all about the view. And you're like, what's wrong with all these people? It's so funny, like, when you navigate in this world of music and business, the amount of people who pretend to you that it's only about art. If it's only about art, sing in your bathroom. Don't ask for cachet when you perform. Don't go and give lessons or whatever, or do paintings and sell them. If it's really only about art, then yeah, go get a job and do your art on the side. But the moment you say that you want to make it and you want to live from your art, you don't even need to be a millionaire. Just you want to live from your art. You want to be able to pay your rent, to have like 3, 4, 5 rent in advance, to have enough money to feed your family or help your loved ones, etc., etc., etc. It becomes business. And a lot of people are scared to have these conversations with themselves. And for a long time, I asked myself, like, what is the problem? Because I've seen so many people fail, so many people be scared of doing what was needed to succeed. And listen, respectfully, not trying to push other people down, not all these things. Just do what it takes to succeed. Make the right songs to succeed. Understand that sometimes you have to do listen, if everybody's listening to amapiano, do a fucking amapiano. If everybody listens to reggaeton, do a reggaeton. Like, yeah, but my style is this. Yeah, do that too. But if your style that you love, nobody listens to it, then use the styles that everybody listens to fund what you really want to do. And then you can ping pong between commercial stuff and personal stuff that I've been doing forever. And all this to me was very simple conversations that should not be, I mean, it's obvious for me. But then I realized that even after having the conversations, people would do the opposite. And I always asked myself why, until I understood. People have unhealthy relationships with money when the money is over their minds, when your mind should be over the money. When your mind is over the money, listen, the money is a tool like the rest. It's like, yeah, listen, I use money to do this, I use money to buy, to build this, to buy that. That's it. That's what money is. You don't use money to feel superior to other people. You don't use money to feel like that you have to prove things to other people. That's why I've never been that guy that goes to the club and buys like 10 bottles of champagne when I don't even drink myself. Because when you do this and you want like all the music change and the people, the explosions of fire or whatever, fireworks, is because you are trying to show off to strangers and impress whoever girl you don't know yet. All those unhealthy people that, yeah, I have, hey, look at me. I've been in private jets. I've been in boats that you don't imagine. I've talked to presidents, people who have billions, and I don't post them. Sometimes I don't post. Sometimes just because people are discreet, people don't want to appear, or sometimes because I'm just enjoying the moment and I don't feel that I have to prove stuff to people. I've sat down in offices of, you have no idea how many presidents, and some of them it was because I came with my father. Some of them is because of me, myself, my name. And when I was there, having conversations about politics or having conversation about stuff that was different, or music sometimes, I didn't listen. Let me show you something to explain to you how much I don't care. Okay. So this is my Twitter profile, right? That's my Twitter profile. Obama. I found out, like, I didn't even know how, but look, this is Barack Obama. Follows you. Yeah, he follows a lot of people, 500 people, 500,000 people, but follows me. You see what I mean? He was the president of the United States of America. And he follows me. And if I was not having these conversations with you guys, I would not talk about it, because I don't base who I am based on those things. Even if I love that fact that Barack Obama was somebody that I like, him and his family. The fact that he follows me is great for me. I was like, yo, I mean, I'm not nobody. He follows me, nice. But I don't do a fuss about it. I don't post about it. You see what I mean? I didn't post it on Instagram or in my stories. Look at this. Like, no, I mean, when I found out, I would just send messages to my friends. I'm like, yo, hey, look who's following me. You see what I mean? I have a lot of celebrities, other people following me, but I mean, it means something. You see what I mean? But in my philosophy of life, I don't make money. I'm not scared about money, and I'm not obsessed about money other than for what it is for. And this is why, a lot of people told me in my life, in my career, especially now in my career, yo, for your career to be complete, you need to do a concert in Paris at l'Olympia or one of those places. And I was like, but why? Because then it has the cachet, it's l'Olympia, and me, I was like, that in Africa, I did Le Palais de la Culture maybe 5 times in Abidjan, and it was full. That's 8,000 people. So that's 4 times l'Olympia, and so it's like 16 Olympias that I did. That in Congo, I did the same thing. In Cape Verde, I did Quebra Canela with 160,000 people. In Angola, I played for 100,000 people. There. Like, why does my career has a meaning because I do this place that is insignificant on the grand scheme of things to me, of what I'm trying to do and where I am in my life as an artist and as a creator and as a businessman. And it's interesting how people will want to, in their judgment of value that is probably lower than you, people think that doing this is, this is this for you. When for you, it's like, it's something I did 20 years ago. Like, I've been in those stages. I performed there. I performed them with MC Solar and Bambi Cruz back in 95, I think. Why do you think that in 2021, it's something that I'm excited about? Like, and it's the same thing with money. Some people, because of their unhealthy relationship with money, they're going to be scared to make money. But then they're going to complain about all the things that they cannot do, or all the things where their career is not taking them. And then when you tell them, hey, but why didn't you do this? They don't have a real answer. And on the opposite is the same thing. Some other people, they will do everything and try to screw everybody so they can get money. And then when they get the money, they will spend it on stupid stuff just to impress everybody that is out there, that will look at you. They will take their phone. They will film the moment where your bottles are sparkling and arriving to the table. Then they will post on their social. They will not tag you. And then everybody will watch it in the morning, and then they will swipe up, and then the moment will be forgotten. And then for whatever reason, I don't know, there's going to be a pandemic or some crisis, and all of a sudden you don't have any money anymore. And then you will think of, I don't know, the 500 euros that you spent in bottles and cars and hotels room that were too big for you, and paying everything for everybody just for clout and just to prove stuff for to other people. And then when you don't have any money anymore, you start asking yourself, how much money did I spend these last 10 years that I could use right now to survive? And that's when you're like, oh my God. And listen, I don't know if it's an advice or if it's just a conversation about me. Club Shada is about it's about me. It's about you guys. It's about life through my eyes. And it's I believe that whatever you do, having a healthy relationship with your money is very important, because it's gonna be part of the construct of your life. And whether you have kids or not, whether you are building something for yourself, a business, whether you work for people or you are independent like I am, hey, listen, you have to also know your worth, and once you know your worth and you have a healthy relationship with your worth, you don't have any problem to tell people, hey, it's that much. And if they're like, oh, that's too much, they're like, oh, okay, bye. When other people, because they don't have this healthy relationship with their money, when somebody says that's too much, they go down until, hey, maybe you wanted 10,000 to perform in a wedding, and because people start explaining to you this and that, you end up asking 1,005, and or you scared to ask. And I used to be scared of asking. That's why I'm talking about this. I used to be scared of my own worth. I was like, yeah, man. And today I'm not. Today I'm like, hey, listen, you want me to leave my house to do this? It's gonna cost you money. You want me to? I have a friend, like, I think it's Buddy. Buddy told me, like, Buddy has been doing like weekly shows on his YouTube channel, right? Building the Quarantine Groove and having so much success with it. And some guy tells him, hey, I would love you to do a live show on my channel. And he was like, why would I do that? Yeah, because I'm doing this, and I'm gonna do blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, how much you pay me? Oh, what you mean pay you? Like, well, listen, you want me to take out of the time that I'm gonna do on my own stuff, building my pyramids, to go help you build your pyramids, you're gonna have to pay me. And it's really about knowing what is your worth as whether you are a singer, a painter, a porn star, a stripper, a baker, a banker, a writer, a promoter. You have to know your worth, and you have to know the worth of other people, and you have to respect that. A lot of times today, especially now, listen, like I told you, when I sleep and I wake up, I make money. Every minute I make money because of the work I did for the last 25 years. So I'm in this position today that is not arrogant. It's just knowing my worth. When somebody tells me they want to do a show with me, especially now that I don't need to do shows, and it's not I'm not into it. It's just that, hey, it's done. I'm moving to something else now in my life. And listen, somebody wants me to do a show. It's something I love to do. I love performing, but today it's not like back in the days. Back in the days, I was like, hey, I prefer doing like, I don't know, I prefer making 1,500 after paying everybody per show, and do a show two shows every weekend, so that I can just explore the world and put my name out there and have people and perform. I love to perform. When today is completely different, I'm like, I'd rather be paid my worth, and depending on where it is, it's going to be a different price, of course, unless I produce myself. So sometimes I receive a message from people, hey, I want to work with you, want to do a show, that place. And I'm like, okay. In my head, I already have all the numbers of how much I sell per area. I tell them, okay, where? Belgium? Well, it's going to be that much. And then they say, oh, you didn't do a hit for a long time, so you were asking a lot. And my question is, so wait, did you call me because you want to help me? Like, you want to save me? Because you're telling me that I didn't do new hits for a long time, but when I'm going to arrive, you're going to ask me to sing Love de toi, On dit quoi, One Love, Question My Heart, Bien plus fort que mes mots, the usual suspects. So why are you talking to me about new songs? You want to put Kaysha on a flyer so you can make money from people coming in. It's a business transaction. This is the price it costs. And if your argument for me to lower my price is it's a long time that you don't have a hit, then my answer to you is I don't want to work with you. And then I don't receive any email for a week or 2 weeks. And then they come back. Oh, finally, we accept your price. And I'm like, well, I'm not interested in work with you. I pass. Yeah, but why? I was like, because since the last 2 weeks that we spoke, I slept exactly, 9 times. And all the money I was asking you to go there and come back, I made that money already. So, yeah, I don't want to work with you. I don't have no new song. Bye. And it's a great position to be in, to be able to say no. But it's actually a better position to be able to know your worth, to know and to have a healthy enough relationship with money, numbers, objectives, so that when people ask you to deviate from your path, you have an asking price. And if they don't want to pay for it, peace. So listen, whatever is your line of work, ask yourself this question. How do I feel about, how do I feel about money? Like, is my relationship with money healthy? Am I mind over money?